Why does my brain crave numbness over like a positive emotional state, joy, happiness? And I know that I can choose in the moment to become these things. An attitude, a positive attitude, can be influenced almost instantaneously or very quickly through a set of maybe rituals, if you'd want to call them, or performance, looking and smiling in the mirror, laughing out loud to force yourself to feel what laughter is. It triggers laughter just by forcing yourself to laugh. Smiling makes yourself feel good. Putting a pencil in your mouth. These things trigger emotions in our head. So why does my brain crave the nothingness, the emptiness, over these simple tasks? Even just listening to music, it would prefer to just switch itself off and experience nothing than a positive moment of joy. I don't understand, because surely to your brain that is a more desirable state to be in. And yet, always throughout the day, constantly, I revert to numbing my brain through distractions of constant entertainment, or on social media, or reading a book or watching a show. I'm just turning my brain off so it no longer has to exist. And I don't think that's healthy. Why does it want to be numb to everything instead of being in this positive emotional state? Which is not a huge amount of effort to be able to be put into. Why can I not feel happiness all the time? I mean, it doesn't have to be all the time, but you get what I'm saying, because when you're in a good mood, just a positive mood, you feel more motivated. You feel like life is wonderful and you want to do all these and experience so many things, and you have so much more energy to do those things, and yet it chooses nothingness. And I know that once you get into things and you start moving and you start doing things, it makes you feel good, and then that gives you more momentum, more energy to continue to do things. But yet my brain resists doing these things that make myself feel good. And that seems like a contradiction, because our brains are basic animal instincts of moving towards things of pleasure. And I'm thinking, one, there is underlying depression in my brain, which has altered my brain chemistry. And that's, really during COVID, I got pretty depressed, and that was how I was dealing with it. Was not just this like overwhelming sadness, but like the numbness of life was my answer to just not feel anything. And my brain chemistry, I think, was changed at that point, and I do not think it has ever really reset into a healthy state. And that's 6 years ago. And secondly, probably the amount of cheap dopamine that is available to me at all times gives your brain enough of a reward, enough of a positive, endorphin, whatever it is, brain hormone in your side of you to keep you in that state. So you're not feeling good, but you've become numb to everything else. And perhaps the answer then is to do a complete dopamine detox, but that feels almost impossible unless you go and sit in a hut in the middle of the jungle or forest in the wilderness and become like a monk, which perhaps is what I need to do, but I would feel like I would just come back and move into the same behaviors and patterns. So it would only be a short-term fix rather than a permanent solution. So I'm not sure what the answer again is fully here. Am I supposed to do with these? But to some degree I do know the answers. You do the things and then you feel better from doing the things, and then you move into a more positive cycle. But why does my brain resist me doing things that make myself feel good. And I'm not even talking about like even doing work or effort in, trying to achieve a goal or anything. I'm simply talking about just in general everyday moments in life. Why don't I choose to smile and allow the happiness to rush over me? And I want to be that person that is joyful and spontaneous and delightful to be around. But maybe because I'm introverted to socially experience the world with other people and even with myself, it requires an effort to be put into that higher level of energy, which it does require for me. I guess that is also another part of it. Anyway, these are my thoughts for today. I do hope that I can choose to feel more positive in the moment going forward, and smile more and laugh more, because it is a much more wonderful life with a smile on your face. Wish me luck.